Honor, at this time, the state would like to call Ms. Taylor Hopson to the stand. Priya Patel for the state. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Why don't you start off by introducing yourself to the public?
My name is Taylor Hopson. I would have graduated college last spring. I was a political science major, but it was September of 2010 that my best friend died, and after I lost her, I just needed time to kind of help myself inside.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance as to her needing to take time off from school. It's been stipulated in the court what happened to Ms. Sullivan.
Overruled.
So, who is your best friend, Taylor?
My best friend, her name is Vanessa Sullivan. That's why we're here today.
How long have you known Vanessa?
My family moved out here from Mobile when I was 8 years old, and we moved right next door to Vanessa. And since then, we were like two peas in a pod.
So, when was the last time you saw Vanessa?
It was on her 21st birthday. That was September 24th, 2010. We went out to Chuggy's Bar.
What were you planning on doing at Chuggy's?
I just wanted to make the night real special for her, you see. And our favorite band, Chatterbox, was playing there, and that's where we were going to go celebrate.
So was there anybody celebrating with you and Vanessa that night?
Miss Dawson, Danny Dawson, came, and I didn't think she was going to come originally. I just thought it was going to be Vanessa and myself. We don't get to see each other very often.
So how well do you know the defendant, Danny Dawson?
I met her once before, but I don't think she remembers because that night she had been drinking a lot too.
Can you tell us a little bit about the first time you met Danny?
Yeah, I went to go visit Vanessa at her school, and we went to a bar afterwards to celebrate the victory of a basketball game. And I met Danny there, and I saw her drinking a lot and stuff.
And so what happened after you saw her drinking?
She walked out to her car at the end of the night, and I saw her stumbling, and then her guy friends went up to her and wanted to take the keys from her. I saw them reaching for them, and she shoved them off and said, "I ain't no baby," and cops never pull no one over after a big game, and they were killing her bud.
So when was the next time you saw Danny then?
It was September 24th, 2010. She was at the bar already.
Alright, so let's talk about your time at the bar, okay? What time did you arrive with Vanessa?
It was at 7 o'clock in the evening.
And what time did you see Danny?
She was already there sitting up on the bar stool at the bar area, and I went up to her right away.
And when you went up to her, what happened?
I just wanted to, get a better bearing from last time, renew our friendship if we could have one, and then I wanted to make sure she was going to be driving on home that evening.
So what happened when you tried to make sure of that?
She kind of chuckled at me and she said, "Oh, Tyler, anyone can have a couple of drinks and be fine to drive home." She assured me she wasn't going to have no more to drink after that point, but she did right after that.
Okay. What in terms of alcohol was Danny ordering?
Well, you see, we went to go sit down at the table, and right when we sat down, she ordered straight whiskey, and then she ordered 2 shots, one for her, one for Vanessa, and then with dinner she had a beer. And it just really upset me because she told me she wasn't going to have no more to drink after that.
I actually want to fast forward a little bit towards the end of your night, okay?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing
Oh,
you.
sorry, Your Honor. I'll speak up for you.
Thank you.
I wanted to just fast forward to the end of your night, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what time did you and Vanessa need to be home?
We had a curfew at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And what time did you end up leaving Chuggy's?
We started to want to leave around 12:40, but we left the bar at 12:45. But that's a big problem.
Why is that a problem?
I used to work at Chuggy's, and I took that road home all the time. That's at least a 20-minute drive on home. And we had 15 minutes to get home. We weren't going to make it in time.
So, when you realized that you only had 15 minutes, what did you do?
I told Danny, I said, "Danny, we got to go. We don't have enough time." And Danny, she looked at me and she went, "Challenge accepted," that she was going to do that drive in less than 10 minutes. There was just, I don't know, there's no way you can do that.
Okay, so now what happened when you were walking out to the car?
Danny was in front of us, and She was stumbling to the side. The best way I could describe it to you is like a sea man walking on land, and she reeked of alcohol.
What happened when you got inside the car?
I took back seat. She took driver. Vanessa was sitting next to her, and from her pocket she pulled out a radar detector. I don't know how she stuck them in them pockets. Her pants were really tight.
So now I want to talk to you about the drive home, okay? And I understand that it can be hard for you, so if you ever need a moment, please let us know, all right? So what road were you planning on taking home at night?
It's a common road I take home. It's called Canyon Road.
Can you tell us a little bit about Canyon Road?
It is a main road, but then a section goes off into a back road. And it can be dark, and it is curvy, but if you just follow the rules I always do, I've never had a problem. It can be safe.
So how is Daddy's driving on Canyon Road?
You know what it reminded me of? Have you ever seen those Fast and Furious movies? It was like that. She was weaving all over, and I begged her, please, please slow down. And she told me I was being a nag, that my nagging was distracting her, but I was scared. I don't feel like telling someone to slow down is distracting.
Objection, Your Honor, as to the use of the phrase like a Fast and Furious movie. May I explain?
Okay.
We feel that this will inflame the passions of the jury. It's admissible her describing how Miss Dawson was driving, but to compare it to a movie in which people drag race is overly prejudicial, and it fully outweighs its probative value.
Your Honor, the witness is simply characterizing her feelings and her emotions during that car ride home. This is the best way for her to characterize it, for your understanding.
May I be heard?
Yes.
It is perfectly admissible that she described how Miss Dawson's driving was, in her own words, how it made her feel, but to characterize it as driving like a drag racing movie is overly prejudicial. I see no probative value to use the phrase like a Fast and Furious movie in tandem with the description that she used.
Your objection will be overruled. It's the witness's characterization, her impressions of the driving. She's not here testifying as an expert with regards to the nature of the driving, and I think the trier of fact will interpret it as this particular witness's colorful description
Yes,
of driving.
Yes, Your Honor. Are you finished, Tim?
I was just scared. And then Vanessa told her, I'll call my daddy and you can slow down. You don't have to worry, we'll be 5 minutes late.
So, Faye, I just want to ask you one last thing. Before you crashed, did you see a deer on the road?
There's no deer in that road. And Miss Dawson and I had an argument about that. She told me there was a deer. And I said, no, there wasn't. There was no deer in that road. And she looked at me, and she flipped her hair, and she grinned. And she said, prove it.
There's no further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Thank you.